Chapter 5, Feast Day, arrived cold and clear. The town hall's long table, dressed exactly the way I'd pictured it back in October. Runners of dried wheat and cranberry garland, brass candlesticks salvaged from the Historical Society's own storage, gourds in a dozen shades of orange and green, marching down the center line like a slow-moving parade. Delia walked the length of it twice before doors opened, touching nothing, visibly restraining herself from touching everything. "It's perfect," she said, which from Delia was roughly equivalent to a standing ovation. The kitchen, by contrast, was chaos of the productive kind. Steam rising off 6 different pots, Marisol moving between stations with the compressed, efficient fury of someone trying not to think too hard about anything except the next task. 2 line cooks named Sam and Beatrice, working prep with the same careful quiet I'd noticed 2 days before. And Fenwick himself circling the whole operation like a man supervising a factory floor, rather than a Thanksgiving dinner for 200 of his neighbors. Marcus, the no-show from earlier in the week, had apparently been let go entirely. Nobody mentioned him by name all evening, which struck me, in hindsight, as its own small unkindness tucked inside a much bigger one. I caught a piece of a conversation I wasn't meant to catch, ducking in to check on the gravy boats I'd sourced from 3 different estate sales. Fenwick, low and clipped, on the phone in the pantry doorway. "I told you, it's handled. The numbers reconcile the way they need to reconcile before anyone looks twice. No, don't call me again today. I'll call you when I'm done here." He hung up before I could hear anything else, caught me watching, and did the light switch smile again. "Gravy boats. Lovely. Thank you," I said and left, filing the exchange away without knowing yet that I'd need it. Doors opened at 4. By 5, the long table was full. Frank Doyle in a truly unfortunate pilgrim hat pin he'd apparently worn every year since the Reagan administration. The Hendersons with all 4 kids and a 5th borrowed from somewhere. Marion Ferris working the guest book with the same cheerful thoroughness she'd brought to Hollow Night. A scattering of people I didn't know by name yet mixed in among 100 I did. The particular warm noise of 200 people eating well together in one room. Delia worked the crowd with her clipboard finally, mercifully, set aside for the first time in weeks. Helen Castor, from the food shelf board, stood near the entrance with a donation jar, thanking every single person who dropped something in by name, which I understood, watching her, to be either a superhuman feat of memory or a very good approximation of one. I didn't see Fenwick again until it was almost too late to matter.